Well, shall we begin? If you want to see tomorrow, ask those who are building it today. We are literally talking with the future of world science. 4 young scientists, 3 countries, Russia, India, and China, right now. They will talk about new ideas, engineering, creativity, and skills that will actually be useful. Welcome the participants of the session, the new generation of artificial intelligence. Qiwen, silver medalist of IOAI 2024. Shaleen Bhartiya, winner of AI Challenge 2021, founder and CEO of BrainWaveML. Danis Dinmukhametov, gold medalist of IOAI 2025, student of the Computer Science Department at HSE University. Zongyan Duan, silver medalist of IOAI 2025. And the session moderator, Vice President, Director of AI and ML Technology Development Block at Sber, Maxim Eremenko.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of the participants of this conference. Today, we are wrapping up this conference with this day that is going to discuss the development of AI in science and fundamental research. Before we go to the discussion and panel discussion with our participants, sorry, I don't have the clicker, I think. Anyway, I wanted to show you a couple of pictures. I'm going to use voice command. We have a voice readiness technology implemented. Anyway, the first picture, I think you have seen it. It is a recent report of Microsoft report in terms of they're talking about the speed of the penetration of AI technologies in large-scale use. As Microsoft shows, AI technologies, I mean, if you start with ChatGPT of November 2022, AI technologists just had to go through 3 years of journey to get an audience of 3 billion people. And this penetration level that you see on the slides, on this one, yeah, it's 20%. That means it is also compared with electricity, with electrification, and the internet and mobile phones. And as you can see, the similar level of penetration required decades for the previous technologies. AI just needed 3 years. Skeptics would say that the term AI appeared more than 70 years ago, but the ubiquitous use of AI and large-scale implementation of AI before the end of 2010s, like somewhere in 2019, no one was talking about AI and in its active implementation. And this is the first idea that I wanted to mention before the start of our panel. The second idea is the role of the young people. Here you have the diagram of ChatGPT use, and as you can see that during summer vacation, the number of users go down almost threefold. That testifies to the fact that this service, the use of the LLM models, big models, is especially popular among young people who are studying in schools and universities. In this relation, we're going to discuss one item on the agenda, and meaning how to actually use the technology to develop our skills, including cognitive skills, and maybe another idea that I would like to address today is that we have 2 diagrams here. The lower diagram is a kind of a forecast in terms of the number of scientific articles that are going to be published at the top conferences if the dynamics as we have now remains in place. On the other hand, the majority of the significant part of the articles are going to be written by and authored by the generative AI, and we see the first articles appear. I think that with one of our scientists, we had a discussion in terms of when the first article that is going to be fully generated by AI is going to be authored. And some people said in 5 years, but actually I think the first article appeared in 2025. It was fully generated by AI. It was a scientific article. And when we'll have the last article that was authored by a human that didn't use AI? And, that's a good question. I mean, if you make a projection for 2030, there is an opinion that around 1 million articles per year are going to be written and published by AI. The question is whether you can digest, being a human, all this number of articles without AI, and the place of AI in the cutting-edge scientific research. What will it be? Now, moving to our main panel discussion, I wanted to quickly introduce everyone. All of the panelists are the young people who achieved great results on the global scale. They're all winners of international contests and international Olympiads, and they're winners, silver medalists. I mean, on the global scale, having gold or silver or even bronze means that you're one of the best in this area, because they're not just using AI, they are contributing to the AI's development, and a huge contribution is delivered. It's not a PR hype when the young, bright people of the working in huge corporations, for these people, other companies want to hunt them and pay them millions, like with the footballers. So I would like
to avoid some miscommunication of the translation. So our first panelist is Duan. He is a silver winner of International Olympiad on AI, initiator of the AI Science Teen Cup. So a couple of days ago, here in Moscow, at the first day of the conference, the president of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, addressed the very important question. So how should we use the AI in educational process in the way that will avoid us to decrease or impair the cognitive skills of kids, of teenagers, and so on, but in the way that will help or assist us to make the educational process more efficient. So to equip teenagers, kids, with a significantly new tool that provide us the better capabilities. I mean the generative AI as a part of educational process.
Yeah, I get your point. So firstly, we should teach students how to distinguish, how to use AI correctly. Like, AI is trained on all humans' knowledge, so it got its wisdoms, but on the other side, it have illusions and may give answers that's completely nonsense. So in my perspective, we should teach students how to distinguish which part of the answer generated by AI is useful and we could put it in use and learn from AI, and just drop the nonsense parts.
So, as a father of 3 daughters, starting from 6 years old to the 12 years old, should I restrict them the access to the large language models to avoid the game in the system, or should I address some guidelines for them, or should I use it as a tool to the improvements of their skills, maybe to cross-check the results of the homework and so on?
Yeah, I believe like letting kids use AI is not a right or wrong question. It's a to what extent question. Like to what extent do we allow kids to use AI? Like surely we could not let them use AI to do all their work because they would not like learn and think about what they're doing. But if, as I've said earlier, if we tell them how to use it correctly, how to learn from it, then kids would definitely achieve better with the help of AI.
Okay. So, and the next point, do you believe that AI, especially the generative AI or the multi-agents, will become the helpful assistant for education and as well as for the scientific research in the next few years? Or it's overhyped and we should consider some practical reasons that it will be restricted in terms of the usage and the popularity?
Yeah, AI could definitely help with scientific research. So firstly, AI could help us help scientists brainstorm new ideas and somehow get new insights. So with the help of AI, they could easily like know about what the frontiers in the area is doing, and AI could help them gather information and they could find a better topic. And secondly, AI-related methods is a significant breakthrough in artificial intelligence. So let me give an example. So in years later, maybe scientific discoveries would be data-driven instead of formula-driven. So we would tell the pattern from real-world data. So there's a company in Beijing that I know. So they are using AI to solve problems with molecular dynamics. So instead of solving the really complicated differential equations, they're just using an AI model to predict the dynamics, and that would increase the calculation speeds by like hundreds or thousands more. So that's how we could use AI to help with scientific research.
Thanks so much, Zongyan and Duan. So it sounds that we will increase or improve our capabilities to make more scientific research in the time of the unit. Yeah. So, спасибо. Я, наверное, снова переключусь на русский язык, потому что у нас следующий спикер из России.
I will switch to Russian, back to Russian, because the next speaker is from Russia. Danis, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, together with Alexander Gasnikov, the rector of Innopolis, we were debating not really a problem, but something that we can see in the first years of the school program, school curriculum. Those who are participating in mathematical contests, participating in STEM contests. Well, I mean, physics is not in the curriculum in the first couple of years at school, but, let's say STEM contests and some contests that there are in high school. Like if you increase the funnel, the conversion of the conversion rate of those who participate in the first years of school, if you save and maintain this number of those who participate in the first years of school Olympiads, so that they participate in the same numbers in the higher schools, and then enter universities, join universities, because the more people that have a passion for STEM enter universities and those who want to showcase that they this Olympiads, this contest is like high-level sports. But anyway, to cut it to the chase, I mean, you are the winner of the international contest. I think you can't go higher than that, but at the same time, you have such a great background. This is your 10th contest, I think. I guess so. The question is, what it gave to you and what it delivers for other participants. To what extent it is good for the development of the new talents and the science. Thank you very much for the question, Maxim. As for the benefits of international contests, I would categorize them in 3 buckets. First of all, it's your personal privileges. I mean, obviously, if you talk about Russian big tech companies, you have some lower entry barriers to join them if you're a winner. And as you prepare for these contests, you go through a lot of practices that it's pretty hard to go through by yourself. The best coaches are working with you. They prepare you to do the very complicated tasks. Apart from hard skills, there are soft skills that are developed as well. Working in the team, UAE, International Olympiad, we had a team task, and we were preparing for the task as part of the team. Collaborating with folks from other countries also helped to boost these soft skills. The third thing that is very important is that you can share your experience with others. So you have gone through this path and you understand some of the things that less experienced guys do not get. And at some conferences like AIJ, you can share your experience and say what you should do and what you shouldn't do. It will help the younger generation in the future. When I was in the high school, it would be great if I had some podcasts with these guys, and so that where they share their experience. I would eagerly listen to them. Apart from your dialogue with Alexander Gasnikov, I think that this conversion funnel delivered by the contest will give you the boost, really. If you do STEM in high school, if you are passionate about that and committed to sciences, it is much easier for you to enter the technical university and to become a scientist. You know, if you compare it to a person who just do not have any scientific background, and just starting in this area. Yeah, by the way, thank you very much. The soft skills is, I think I heard about soft skills when I was like 30 years old. You understand the value of it, and so you're very lucky here. In international contests, I don't know whether there is this effect or not, but this is our 10th annual conference, and during these 10 years, we organize contests and hackathons, and among grandmasters and contestants, you can see that you start to unite in the team and share the knowledge between the participants, and it gives a great leap forward, because you cannot achieve those results by yourself. And when you contributed to in your shared task, then it's great. It's easier to be better than the average, but getting to the top of the board, to get in this point something %, that's very complicated. So Did you experience that? Yes, I think, on the Russian official Olympiads, usually it's distributed beforehand, like either you resolve the tasks, the problems within the team or as a standalone participant. But anyway, I think that the teamwork gives you the boost in hard skills and in soft skills. Because someone decided to use one model, someone else decided to use another model, and when you combine these solutions to the problems, the overall solution becomes a better one. Yes, thank you, Danis. Well, teamwork obviously gives great results. Thank you very much. Round of applause, please, for Danis's take.
Once again, I switched into English. Shaleen, we met each other 4 years ago in 2021. You was one of the winner of our AI Journey contest, and you also decided to go to the part of our team. So you passed through the internship program of Sber, but a few months later, you decided to come back to India, and what was the reason that you made decision to return? Because I know that you got here lots of opportunities to get the education in the best universities of Russia, and what was the main reason that you made decision to return, apart of the cold winter in Russia?
Thanks, Maxim. Yeah, it's a good question, actually. So my moving to India was a very personal decision of mine. It comprised of my family, of my people there, my friends there, and something to even contribute to my country. But for speaking about AI in India, we have many collaborations that companies are making. For example, just a few months back, the OpenAI decided to open their office in New Delhi, and then Anthropic CEO also visited with the Prime Minister. So a lot of exciting things are happening, and along with that, we have a vibrant developer ecosystem in New Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore, in which they have experience with many companies from Middle East regions, from Indian companies, and from companies from Europe. But in India, a lot of things are happening, and that's why I wanted to get into the chase, and that's why I made a decision to come back to India and help my community.
Okay, Shaleen, thanks. And let's imagine, or let's assume that now we're living in 2041, so you are, correct me, 35 or 34 years old. What is your vision of your ideal role in the development of the AI as an entrepreneur, as a researcher, or as an executive of the large technological company? What is close to you?
So exactly, a lot of things are happening in the industry, and things are moving very fast. Compared to even few years ago, LLM was something that few people knew. Very few people were doing research in those domains, and now we have companies, great companies from Russia, from China, and from all parts of the world who are contributing to this community, contributing to open source, and making huge companies with huge valuations. But I believe that across, as you said, 2041, it's a big problem for me to decide what's going to come in future. But all I can say is people need to integrate with AI. They need to learn AI. They have to understand AI, what's the power of it, what's the limitations of this great technology, and then use it to their opportunity, make use in their workspaces, make use in their daily lives. And because in future, most of the work is already going to be automated using my robots or AI, but the ones who are going to succeed are the ones who use AI, utilize AI in a very positive way, and make the best opportunity out of it. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Shaleen. Давайте поблагодарим. So, my next question to Qiwen. So you're one of the winner also of the International Olympiad or Olympic Games. I don't know how it's better to call Olympiad on AI. Yeah. So what are continuing the idea of how you're winning and your outstanding results in the math and as well as in computer science will help you in the next few years, especially when you will be at the choice of the career tracks and so on. Do you consider yourself as a researcher in scientific world, or it's more passionate to you to develop your talents as a manager in the company? What is your vision on your career track?
Thank you for your question. So for me, my personal previous experience is working as a competitive programmer. So the experience of competitive programming actually involves more about solving small, elegant problems. And you mentioned another option is to work for the society and solve some large-scale problems. But for me personally, I would choose to go on in a theoretical or a scientific research. Because there's one critical reason. So in the current era, with the new technology of AI, there's a boost or a big explosion in researches about social matters or large-scale problems. But eventually, after some times, the technology will reach a break that the current technology cannot solve anything any large-scale problems beyond that brick. But eventually, that comes to the technology or the techniques behind. So it is that the development of the backend techniques that can really push the our solutions to the big problems in the society one step forward. So I think I will be more a researcher or more with the techniques or technologies in my future.
Okay, thanks so much for your answer. And so at the beginning I said that some guys from Silicon Valley got very nice job offers from the new company that trying to compete with the big tech companies. I mean, the intellectual machine of Mira Murati or the ASI team of Meta. So they are offering the hundreds of millions of US dollars per year. And you consider that to be a researcher, it's practically better than to do some engineering stuff. Or so now I suppose you can combine your scientific background with something practical, yeah, in the such company.
Yeah, of course. If you're talking about if some big company provide me with good offers with a big salary or something, I mean, the salary part isn't actually the greatest part or greatest deal of my considerations. So if I'm lucky enough that in my future I got a job offer or an occupation that is high or involving making some great decisions, and that's the part that I like most. So if you're doing scientific researches, it's about a somehow narrow part into the technology. But if you actually have the ability or the possibility to make great decisions that can push humanity forward, or maybe not that big deal, but just some important decisions that can help others or guide others to the correct path onwards, and that would be the actual exciting part for me.
Thanks so much. Sui. Thank you. And my next question will be to each of you. So the question will be about how you can change the world. So you are a young genius, young prodigies, and if you had one super task that you had to solve with the usage of AI, with the benefits of AI, advantages of AI, let's say in next 10 years, not only for money or for the fame, but for the humanity, what it will be?
So I believe I will contribute to the area of high school AI education in the next 10 years. Thank you. So because like me and Qiwen, we are from really large cities in China, and we could have like somehow the top educations in China, and that would give us a chance to learn AI and compete in AI Olympiads. But in some other regions of China, like the education isn't so great, so students are struggling with their schoolwork, and they don't have their free time to like study about AI, even though AI is crucial for the society, like for you to live in the society and for you to work right now, but they do not have the chance to somehow learn about it in high school. So I believe that would be a crucial problem for us to solve in the future.
Thanks so much. Danis.
Да, я считаю, что, ну, вообще у меня такие две задачи, которые...
I personally have two super tasks. The first one is the one set by the president, the goal set by the president. You mean the demographic one? That as well, but I'm talking about the one related to AI. It's true, it's difficult to say to a child or to show a child how to use AI correctly, because many children these days grow up using smartphones, and in the future they will have a model embedded in them by default. And so children will learn how to use these models from a very early age. It's a difficult issue. It's hard to come up with some solution. How do you encourage a child to not just press a button mindlessly, but engage intellectually? And another goal, another task, a more applied one, a more practical one, is automation of production. I drew this inspiration from China. I learned that they already have factories that are fully automated, fully robotized. So this is something I would like to replicate here in Russia. Production is very labor-intensive. It requires a lot of investment. So if you can automate it in large scale, I think that would save up a lot of money, a lot of resources. Thank you. Zongyan?
Yeah, I think I will also contribute to my community. In India, there are many kids and many children who have great mindset of improving in future, and they just lack opportunities. And if given chance, they could get this opportunity and do great wonders. So I believe high school children, college children, and then university students should get the knowledge of AI. They should apply, contribute to open source communities where they are making, every models and all these documentations for free and for everyone to use. So that would be a great contribution to humanity as well, as everyone is joining a race which is towards positive sides of humanity. And I would like to do similar for that in India as well. Make a great developer community, an AI-intensive community, and get more young children and more young people involved in it. Yeah.
Thank you, Shaleen. Qiwen?
So they have talked about some realistic parts associated with the society. So I'm gonna say something different. It may not be that realistic, but we're just predicting the future, so it's fine. For me, if AI technology is that good in future years. I would love to have it, have it create problems for themselves and solving it. So currently, AI is kind of good at solving all the problems that humanity raised to them, but they have not reached the current stage, or they have not had the ability to create problems for themselves and solving it. So with that ability, they can like revolutionize themselves and make real scientific research with solely AI themselves. And that would be really great if it's actually in the future, but maybe that will just not happen. I don't know, but I think it's actually a good thing. Yeah.
Thank you. So you are very young guys, yeah. So you're each of you below 20 years old, because if I'll have a discussion with the guys who are after the 40, they will say that they will like to make some scientific breakthrough in the life longevity, digital immortality, and so on. But you are not both about that. Yeah, so you are too young. My next question will be also to each of you. We get almost 10 minutes, so two minutes for each of you. What would you recommend to the others, young people who are watching on you? What is your advice for them? How they should develop their own capabilities and skills? How should they handle with the AI in the era of generative AI and fast-growing technology in every sphere of in every field of our life?
Yeah, that's a valuable question. So from my perspective, I would urge the young students to pursue their passion. So with the help of AI, people could accomplish more than what people did years before. So maybe before, we need a team to build a project and make a company, but in years later, with the help of AI, it could help you to accomplish nearly everything. You could learn from AI. You could use AI to solve basic problems and do repetitive work. So you are the one to give ideas and be innovative. So if you're passionate about something, you could just pursue it. AI could help you. So for example, if you wanna develop a game, so you could use AI to draw the arts, to design the gameplay and to write the codes. So maybe before AI, you would need a whole team. You would need programmers, artists to help you build that game of yours. But later, you could just use AI to do all the work. So just do the things you want to do and you have interest in. So the only limitation is your passion. Thank you.
Thank you, Zongyan and Duan. So, Danis?
У меня есть более такое глобальное.
I have a more global recommendation. I think you should once again engage intellectually way more rather than ask an LLM to think for you. From my experience, I can say that when you are trying to solve some difficult problem, it's very it's quite a challenge to refrain from turning it to an LLM for answers, for hints. But that's exactly what makes you better, trying to think for yourself. Once you get a hint from an LLM, you lose something. And another recommendation for those who have already started working on AI is do not limit yourself to just one topic, to just research or just practice, but do both. Because when you're focusing only on research, for example, it's hard for you to understand how big services work. from the inside. If you're only focused on practice, it's harder for you to come up with something new, to generate new ideas. So work on both areas rather than just one. Thank you, Danis. Shaleen?
I think young children have a great exposure, I think, of AI and social media. So already they know much more things compared to the older generation, like our parents. I think I can see, so many cool things that are being made using AI, using these AI applications, like using APIs, model APIs, then using vibe coding, websites and apps. So like the playing field for even the senior guy and even a normal child who has use of AI has become same. So, for example, a senior guy who has an experience of coding maybe like 10 plus years, and compared to a child who has access to AI, now they're at the same level because he can just wipe code the apps and websites. So this has never happened in our civilization because there was always an exchange of power. There was always some benefit that some other people had, but now the playing field is same. So I believe from here, young children should, or young people under the age of 25, I believe, should associate themselves with more experienced people, I believe, because experience is unmatched. Some people have great experience in industries, collaborating with people, that's a big thing also. And keep learning new things, I believe, and participate in these competitions, like this great AI competition by such a great bank, and that'll be my advice. And enjoy your life. That'll be my advice.
Thank you very much. Thanks so much. So, Tsubesui.
Again, I'm mentioning my experience as a competitive programmer. So what I want to highlight is the word competitive. So it is an really important trait. Like passion is also important, but if you lose the competitive part, you only got passion. It's like our future with AI is like a long expedition. And if you lose the competitive part, you're like walking alone by yourself. And you may get far, but more likely you will get lost. So this is what competitive comes into part. It's not about like comparing yourself with others, like I'm the winner or he's the winner, but it's more like with competitiveness, you get a companion on your path with researching or in your future with AI. And there are like many ways to keep yourself competitive, like joining competitions. Like we have a perfect competition for the teenagers, and also you can like have a companion in your researches, and you can share your ideas, compare your ideas, and that helps you get farther and not get lost.
Thanks so much. So we got almost 4 minutes. Maybe a couple of questions from the audience here. If
there's anyone who wants to ask a question to these brightest, very successful speakers, if you could give the mic, I can give mine. Maybe address the question. I think I'll put a general question. My name is Alexander. I am a student of program 360. I have this question that I just came up with. It was told that there will be some model in the smartphones, and from very early childhood, kids will start using AI. Obviously, that opens up new opportunities, and we were focusing that these opportunities will be used for some applied educational purposes. I mean, developing games is some proper application, but if they start to use AI, and if they are kind of frozen to AI, just using it merely for entertainment, should we restrict them from using them, or they should go through their own way and grow themselves and understand what is good and what is bad in AI? And this is the question to everyone.
Но это как раз-таки, ну, такая одна из тех
Yeah, I think I'll jump in. I think this is the task that was one of the tasks that was set by the president of Russia. I don't think there's a one silver bullet for all of that. I mean, should you limit your child using the phone? You know, if your child has been growing from the smartphone with the smartphone in hand from very early ages, that means that he is limiting himself, you know, in terms of communication with other kids and teenagers. So can you restrict them from using, ban them from using big models? I think you can. You know, just I don't think that they should have gadgets when they're very young, because sometimes it puts barriers to socialization. Thank you very much, Danis. Any more questions? Maybe one more question, and then we'll wrap it up. Sorry, I can't hear you without the mic. I just, you know, kind of answering the previous question. So you said that restricting kids from LLM, banning them from using LLM and other developments of civilization will limit their socialization capabilities. But as someone who just recently have been very young, I would say if you restrict kids from using all these developments of civilization, will that not create an outcast from kids? You know, for example, those who had Nokias before in school were laughed at by other kids with smartphones. Maybe using LLMs, kids can fine-tune their communication skills if they're introverted. Maybe it would be great to think about that. Maybe it's a good thing rather than the evil thing. Also, you know, being the moderator, unfortunately, we're out of time. So, but at the same time, everything that you have said, personally, I resonate with that, because this is the effect. Like, you know, kids should not only hear the words from good literature, but also some swear words, obscene words, so that they know that they should not use them in while communicating with others. But you know, as a father of 3 kids, I can say that sometimes when your kids are using screens for more than 10 hours a day, you think, well, maybe you need to kind of limit that usage, because it starts to compete with the real communication with other real kids, with homework, with sleep. So there are 2, you know, extremes: to totally ban LLM, and the other one is to give full freedom. And, you know, people, as well as kids, can overuse something. But, you know, it's like when someone is limited in terms of LLM, and there's just one kid on the playground because everyone else is using LLM and their parents allow them to use that. This is the scenario that we wouldn't like to see. Thank you very much, and for the questions and for the comments and for this little debate that we had. I'd like to thank everyone. Unfortunately, the time is up, and we're wrapping up this session on a kind of a suspended note. We have a couple of questions that were left unanswered, but anyway, I would like to wish all the participants and viewers to achieve great success and to be inspired by your work. And I'd like to thank all of the participants. Thank you very much for giving such a great vision. I mean, the guys have proved to themselves and to the entire world that they're one of the best. And let them be the showcase of what can you achieve. Let them motivate others to achieve the similar level of success. I would wish a very productive third day of the conference, the Science Day, and I wish you all the success in science and research and its applied tasks. A round of applause for all of the panelists, and a special thanks to Maxim, the moderator.